Hey guys, MetaXX Beats here, and oh man, Kirby Air Riders guys, we just had a direct not too long ago, and I gotta say I'm happy with what I see. The stages look fun, City Trial, oh man, City Trial, you know that's gotta be the main course. The soundtrack also sounds really amazing, and they're including final smashes in the game, and the roster. Holy crap, the roster. We not just have the returning Meta Knight and DDD, but this time they could actually ride other vehicles. But we also got the inclusions of Magalore, Suzy, Gooey, and I'm sure more are on their way. Pretty much confirming that Sakurai is beating the allegations of him being biased of his own games. But ironically, the thing that got me the most hyped was the ability-based characters being playable. You know, characters like Knuckle Joe, Waddle-Doo, the Goat, Chef Kawasaki.
How dare you impersonate my master!
Kawasaki, no!
And Starman, of all characters slash abilities with the high jump. I think that's actually pretty funny, and I know Cappy technically isn't an ability-based character since you get nothing when you eat him, but that's still a really awesome and admittedly funny inclusion. Like, this is the kind of thing that I wish Kirby Fighters did with their roster, but I'm just getting in a tangent now. Like, I'm not trying to even complain, I think this is awesome that they did this. But that's kind of the thing I want to talk about in this video. The roster, and if they're going to include more characters, because it does seem like, judging by the roster, there seems to be a lot of empty space in the bottom. Now, who's to say maybe this is the full roster, but I don't know, I just have this feeling that we're gonna have more to come. Maybe in a pre-release direct? Who knows, I don't know. But this poses the question for the video. Who else could they include in this roster if there's more to come? Of course, there's that mysterious character in the end of the direct, which a lot of people are calling Dark Matter. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, that's an obvious shoo-in as well, but I also kind of wonder if they're going to include more of the characters or more of the ability-based characters into this character select. And I know that Blade Knight, Circable, and Plasma Wisp are already in the game as enemies, but Cappies are also enemies, and we have a playable Cappy in the roster, so I don't think hope is all lost for them, but we'll see. Hell, maybe they'll even have Sword Knight be playable instead. But again, we'll see. But when it comes to abilities that are not represented in the game itself, maybe they'll have Wester to represent the Whip ability, or Nesp to represent the ESP ability, because look at this small guy, you can't hate him. Biospark, he would be a really awesome inclusion to represent the Ninja ability. And maybe if they want to represent some of the more recent abilities in the series, maybe they'll have Armoroid to represent the Mecha ability from Return to Dreamland Deluxe, or Bernard to represent the Ranger ability from Forgotten Land. Vividra I think would also be pretty cool to include, pretty much represent the paint ability. Oh, and maybe they could also include Chili to represent the Ice/Freeze ability. That is, if that's already in the game, I don't know. But yeah, it doesn't even have to be a ability-based character because Cappy's playable. And I know that he's already an enemy in the game, but maybe they could also have Bronto Burt as a playable character. Or hell, maybe even Squishy, or Kaboo, maybe even Broom Hatta. Even though, you know, they were an ability-based character if you include Clean, but, you know, that's besides the point. The possibilities are just endless, or hell, maybe even bonkers. And since we're talking about mid-boss characters, maybe they could also include Bugsy. But hey, let's not neglect the other characters in the series, because I am honestly surprised that Marks wasn't in the game yet. Like, it's just the fact that Magalore made it first before Marks. Sakurai really is beating the allegations of him just being biased of his own made games. Like, I would love to see Marks in the game, don't get me wrong, but I think that's kind of funny. Though I don't think Dark Meta Knight is gonna make it since he has a costume for Meta Knight. Though who knows, I could be completely wrong with that, but I think that would be kinda weird if that was the case. And I know I already made the point of Dark Meta Knight being a costume, but maybe Galacta Knight also has a chance. Like, again, Meta Knight has a Galacta Knight costume, but Galacta Knight's overall design is pretty different from Meta Knight anyways, so I don't really see that as a deconfirmation, if you get my drift. And you also have your usual suspects like Taranza, Ribbon and Edeline, and Daroach, maybe even Rick, Ku, and Kine. I'm not sure if they would be one roster spot or they would be separate. I don't know. Maybe even the Mage Sisters, or hell, maybe any of the newer characters from Forgotten Land. Though, if they really want to give us an oddball character, I think it would be really cool if they included Mololo and Lalala. I think that would be really cool, in my opinion. I would love to see them in the game. Oh, maybe their special attack would actually be a reference to the Eggerland/Adventures of Lolo series where they throw eggs around, and if you make contact with the egg, it will stun or trap you. Though I'm not sure how broken that would be. I mean, if it's too broken of an idea, then maybe they'll just make it green blocks, which that still would be pretty cool. And I could just go on and on and on about this. Like, maybe they could include even more off-the-wall and obscure characters like Grill from Kirby Superstar Stackers, or Brobo from Kirby's Block Ball. I don't know, but you get the point. I have a lot of fun thinking and talking about this, and again, I'm not entirely sure if they're gonna have more characters in the roster, but if they are, I want to know, what do you guys want to see be included in Kirby Air Riders? I would love to know your suggestions and all that stuff. I think that'll be really fun to see and talk about. But with all that being said, this was a hell of a lot of fun. I am so glad that Kirby Air Riders is a thing. And I guess that's really all I gotta say. So, this is Metaduct X Beats, and I'll see you guys next time. What do you mean I'm not in Kirby Air Riders? Not even as an enemy? You literally had Blade Knight take my spot? Is that why he was gone this past weekend? So he could do a little mocap? You could have called me as well. I could have done double duty, as a matter of fact. You could have made me the playable character. Wait. Redundant? It wasn't a problem back in Kirby Superstar Ultra. That was a problem in Kirby Air Riders? Come on. Look, Nintendo, I'm begging you. Hell Laboratory, Sakurai, whoever's in charge. Just make me playable. Please, I beg you. And they hang up. Hey, don't look at me. I'm not even playable either. I'm just cannon fodder to Knuckle Joe and Starman of all people.